Okay. Perfect. There we go. And we're live here from Santa Maria High School, Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, the Dave Boyd Field on Prep Sports Network and Spreaker. I am Brian Stanley, and joining me is my partner in crime, my fellow broadcaster, Stephan Hodges. How are you doing today, Stephan?
It's windy.
It is a windy
It's spring break, but oh my goodness, it does not feel like that spring weather you expect from, the normal go to the beach and enjoy it out there.
Well, we have a battle of heavyweights tonight in the Ocean League. I weighed in this morning, Stephan, losing 6 pounds for this broadcast bout, live on camera for my camera debut. And it's a battle between the 2-1s in the Ocean League. There's 3 teams that are 2-1 right now in the Ocean League: the Napomo Titans, the Santa Maria Saints, and the Mission Prep Royals. And then we have the undefeated Pioneer Valley Panthers at 1-0. So the top of the conference is still open for anybody right now.
Yeah, this is potentially a battle for first place, as should Santa Maria win tonight, they'll have control of their own destiny going into next week against Pioneer Valley, because Pioneer Valley, no matter what happens there, they win, lose. Santa Maria will only have 1 loss. They can feed Pioneer that loss and force a tie at the top at very least. So this game means a lot to Santa Maria, not just for this year, but let's rewind to last year, a 2-point difference game where the top running back for Santa Maria, Sam Herrera, was injured in the first quarter. He was doing fantastic in that game, had plenty of yardage despite very limited usage. Ultimately, he wants to get some revenge. And tonight, he makes his debut in the 2021 spring season. Sam Herrera is going to be starting at running back for Santa Maria, as all indications. So a little bit of a revenge game for the Saints, as not only did they lose last year, but the last 5 encounters between the Saints and the Royals have taken going back to 2010. So this is a long-seated rivalry between these two teams.
This is only the second meeting between Dan Ellington, the head coach of Santa Maria, and David Schuster, the head coach of Mission Prep. Well, as you said, there is a history between these two schools in league play, minus the years off when Mission Prep was an 8-man. But these two teams, under the tutelage of the coaches that are with them now, have had different roller coaster rides per se. Santa Maria had a real big peak a couple years ago and have struggled to find success since then, being a runner-up in the Division 12 championships in the Southern Section just a few years ago, as Mission Prep won theirs in 8-man, and now they're both looking to regain that dominance that these programs once had.
And we talked about that win streak we talked about a second ago. Mission Prep didn't play Santa Maria while Blake Truitt was here during that amazing run in 2017 where the Saints were able to get to the finals. And they constantly have that chance to catch lightning in a bottle. They've got some fantastic players on this team this year. Nick Martinez, a 6'1" wide receiver, 5 touchdowns in the first 3 games, a touchdown in each game, including 2 last week against the Atascadero. He's going to be a big highlight player for the Saints, as the Saints are going to look to get some revenge against the Royals.
You were at practice this week. You stopped by Mission Prep High School to see what's going on. What details can you bring to us in the pregame about the Royals before kickoff tonight?
Well, we're going to take a quick little break for the national anthem. Why don't we take a pause, and we'll come back with those notes from practice.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats to strike the flame of the national anthem.
Welcome back to Prep Sports Network on Twitter. We are on Twitter.
I mean, yeah.
The Prep SN on YouTube and Spreaker. There we go. On YouTube and Spreaker. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephan Hodges. We are just about 6 minutes away from what could we say could be kickoff as the clock is counting down. Kickoff may not actually happen in 6 minutes. But let's go back to your notes at practice, Stephan, as you stopped by yesterday talking to David Schuster, the head coach of the Royals, getting some insight about this week's game.
Yeah, well, I was at practice this week, and it's spring break right now for Mission Prep, so if you're enjoying your vacation, I hope you're enjoying the relaxation a little bit. Going to find out if the players got to enjoy that little bit of extra time between games tonight, as, you know, they had a quick turnaround for that last Pioneer Valley game. But as a result of spring break, some of these players on vacation. We're going to be missing some players along the line. Colby White, probably the most visual as the quarterback of the Royals, out of the game. We're going to be having a few guys that are going to have to step up and fill in. The Royals have some tricks up their sleeves. As, of course, a former Marine, looking to the Naval Academy at the college ranks for a little bit of a triple option player tonight is what I'm expecting to see from the Mission Prep offense. Of course, defense, it's going to be all about shutting down Nick Martinez. And when I talked to Coach Schuster about what a big wide receiver that is, what a good chance that what a talent he is. Coach Schuster said when it comes to defending Nick Martinez, they're just going to do their best and hope that God's got some favor for him. Of course, Easter just happened, and this is the private school, so a little bit of religious favor against the Saints never hurts.
What are some keys to victory for Mission Prep tonight?
Well, it all starts with that guy we were just talking about. Nick Martinez presents such a threat. 17 yards per catch as the primary target is a fantastic mark to hit as a wide receiver. He's going to be tough to shut down for the Royals. He presents a mismatch against everyone in the Ocean League, to be quite frank with you. So to shut him down would be a great start. Sam Herrera is the second focus for that defense. The run, always a prevalent thing in high school football. That's not going to be a difference here. On the offensive side, get Jack Susank involved. That's going to be a big thing. He's one of the best athletes on the team, one of the big leaders of the team. Missing for a lot of the game last week, came in that fourth quarter, and that played a major part in why they fell to Pioneer Valley last week. So get Jack Susank going early and establish the run on offense. Defense, slow down the pass, going to Nick Martinez.
The impact of Jack Susank was missed last week for most of the game, so having him back this week is definitely going to make an impact. That concludes our pregame show here on YouTube and Spreaker. This is Prep Sports Network, and this is Mission Prep Football. We'll be right back with Kickoff in just a moment. Thank you for joining us. We are just ready for kickoff. Mission Prep set to receive the opening kickoff from Santa Maria here from Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, my alma mater, Santa Maria High School, and the kickoff is underway. And the opening kickoff is muffed by Mission Prep. And coming up with that one, Aiden Dalen with the pickup after dropping the opening kickoff.
Well, and now it's that Mission offense that we were talking about at the start of the show. It's going to be all about establishing the run here, as Mission Prep was able to establish the run very strongly last year, but they also had Dalton Strauss, Brian Kowal. That ultimately was the deciding factor between these two teams. If they're able to repeat that success, a lot of good things in the cards for the Royals.
Yeah, Brian Kowal coming up with a big score late in the game last year. And we have a flag already. Illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution on the Mission Prep.
And Mission Prep not starting off very well here in this ball game. A muffed kickoff return, and now a 5-yard penalty, putting them at a 1st and 15.
I think there's a lot of confusion here for Coach Schuster. They're still in the huddle, so that's something that already says, well, wasn't too many men in the huddle. It was just a guy coming in late was the issue from the looks of it. So should that have been a legal substitution? I don't believe so. I think you're allowed to bring in a guy late like that, but clearly referees disagree.
Receiver to each side. Man in motion. Handoff as David Larrera in at quarterback. Run up the middle, and Jack Susank with a big gain.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the triple option here. It's a lot like three-card monte, right? You get to control where the P is when the guy chooses. You got to find the soft spot in the defense. And that's going to come down to David Larrera. He's a guy that doesn't normally start at quarterback. As we talked about, Colby White on vacation, expected back next week for Morro Bay. The game against Morro Bay, rather, be quite a sudden twist, appropriate for WrestleMania week if he started playing for them. But David Larrera in at quarterback, got to do a lot of work here.
20-yard pickup for Jack Susank as they still remain in the triple option. Come set. The handoff up the middle. Short gain for the Royals.
Triple option came under a lot of heat in San Luis Obispo recently because, quite frankly, people got tired of seeing it at Cal Poly. It has run there for 20 years. People feel like you can know what's coming, you can know what the play is, but when it's being run correctly, even if the play looks the same time after time again, you're running that same thing because it's what's open for the players. The players are the ones making the call as the play is happening.
2nd and 7 for the Royals. Handoff to Susank. And Susank trying to break some yardage open, and he does, out to across the 50 to the 40. And he's taken down inside the 30, inside the 40 of the Santa Maria Saints.
Yeah, we're going to get close up on the umpire here as a little bit of laundry on the field. And I'm not quite sure what it is. Based on the positioning, it's going to be a holding call against Mission Prep. No, actually, it's a sideline infraction. Not sure if it's going to be the warning or an actual call here. He's going to go and talk to Coach Schuster about it, but the chains are on the move.
As the chains move down, that is a first down for the Royals after a big pickup by Jack Susank. A 24-yard pickup by the junior running back. And the handoff to Susank once again.
Yeah, that fullback position is going to see a...
Excuse me, that was Townsend.
That fullback position is going to be the key guy going between the tackles. Expect to see the flankers on the side be put into motion to at least spread the defense wider across the front to open up that lane in the center. And, of course, if the lane's not open, expect those guys to go get the pitch. You got to have that threat on motion going from the flanker side to side as the pre-snap of the ball happens.
The second touch of Isaac Townsend creates a 2nd and 8 for the Royals. Working in between the hash marks. Receiver to each side. The pitch out to the left side. Able to keep his hands on it. Almost with the bobble, David Andrade.
David Andrade with the carry.
Andrade going to be one of those guys that mixes in as the Royals are looking for more ways to move that ball. Andrade coming into this game did have stats as a running back, but he's only run it 3 times coming in. So going to add on another run there, picks up some good chunk of yards. And we talked about last week in Pioneer, this 30-yard line, it's a must-go on 4th down. So expect the Royals to get a little creative here on offense.
3rd and 2 here in the first quarter, 9:15 on the scoreboard. In motion, Harrigan. Excuse me, that is not Harrigan in motion. And Susank carrying the ball up the middle.
Susank pushing towards his stick, and honestly, you kind of want it to be short here, just by a little bit. Get that extra free down without having to worry about getting back into the normal down situation, and they're going to mark him short. And we might see a measurement here, and they're calling it.
They're bringing out the sticks on a 3rd down carry by Jack Susank. And that man in motion was George Kardashian.
George Kardashian played running back for the JV team last year. He's a guy that's got a lot of explosive speed, a pure athlete, cousin of Dalton Strauss. Dalton Strauss, of course, the sneaky running back. Last year everyone talked about the speed of Asani Berkeley. The real speed was coming out of the backfield for Dalton Strauss. Obviously, Berkeley better straight line speed.
And they get enough for the first down. Just the nose past the stick is enough to give the Mission Prep Royals a first down here on their opening drive. 1st and 10 for Mission Prep from the Santa Maria Saints 28-yard line.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what the Royals do here. They get that first down, but I feel like you still want that 4th and short because it gives you a chance to really blow past that coverage beyond what everything's going to be. You want to play the sticks if you're the defense. 4th and short's real hard.
Kardashian in motion. The pitch out to Kardashian. This time on the right side, up the right hash. And he's taken down for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, George Kardashian getting a lot of yardage there. With a 3 running back set, I expect to see a lot of different running backs getting touches tonight. Not so much a passing type of game for Mission Prep, but just saying something for Mission Prep. With David Loera back there, I expect to see 4 guys that are going to mix the ball between themselves with a little bit of a dry day for the wide receivers on the perimeter.
The drive that started back at their own 20, now inside the 20 of Santa Maria. 2nd and short. Handoff up the middle. They get enough for the first down. And I did not see who carried that ball in that.
Yeah, it looked like it was Jack Susank.
There
He
we
was
go.
doing the, 3 yards in a cloud of dust routine. Well, when you're getting 6 yards in a cloud of dust, things can go pretty well pretty quickly, as there's not a lot of things you can do once you get the guy on him. Jack Susank pushed the entire pile. Not on the Saints, more on Jack Susank's power there.
We have a lineman down at the Santa Maria 15-yard line, which is the north end zone here on the campus of Santa Maria High School. Getting looked at by the training staff. His helmet is now off. Looks like it might be ankle, possibly a knee on the left leg. And we're going to take a quick break here as we take a break from action. You're listening to Mission Prep Football and watching it on Prep Sports Network's YouTube and Spreaker's feed. Getting some help off the field, left knee injury. Fabian Montano, middle linebacker for the Santa Maria Saints defense. A key player now hopping off the field under his own power. And we're about to get under action following the first down pickup by Jack Susank, a 5-yard pickup. Susank with 4 carries, 51 yards unofficially tonight. 1st and 10 from the 13 of Santa Maria. Mission Prep with the ball, driving a drive that started back at their own 20. Still going strong, 7:54 on the clock, opening quarter. Up the middle, and keeping it himself actually on the fake is Mario Larrera, and he got hit hard. David Larrera, and he got hit hard.
Well, the idea was he saw the end crashing in to stop the dive, and the correct read on that is quarterback keeps it, swings out, just caught his foot in this brand new turf. Well, it's not brand new, but relatively new turf. The brand new turf in town is down in St. Joe, but this new great turf that Santa Maria's got here, fortunately, Cleat just catches a little bit, and his knee hit. In high school, it doesn't matter if you're touched, doesn't matter if there's a guy near you. Knee hits, you're immediately down. Of course, Santa Maria doing the little extracurricular to make sure he was all the way down.
2nd and 11 from the 15 now. Working from under center. In motion was Kardashian, and a fumble on the play. Everybody calling for the ball. And Santa Maria comes up with the ball. And coming up with that, Manuel Carrera.
Yeah, we talked about David Luera coming in fresh, not normally playing. You know, he plays quarterback. He's the backup for Colby White this year, but not getting that exchange. That's the hard part about running the triple option is the running back quarterback exchange when you're trying to get the read on that veer play. Fortunately, just messed it up a little bit there. Falls forward, and the Saints pick it up. Great heads-up play by the defensive line to dive on the ball.
So turnover leads to a 1st and 10 for Santa Maria from their own 12-yard line. Handoff up the middle, quickly taken down by the Mission Prep defense. Is the lead running back for Santa Maria.
As number 7, Johannes Gonzalez.
Yeah, looked like Gonzalez on the run there. And as far as what Mission Prep did, I really like what they did. They got to the backfield, looked for the ball, found it, collided in the backfield, and forced the tackle. Something that they weren't doing quite as well against Pioneer. They ran past the ball several times. No over pursuit, gets the tackle for a small gain.
That was Giannis Gonzalez with the carry. Quarterback Murad Alamari keeping it himself. A 1-yard gain for Alamari.
Murad Alamari's done a great job early this year, both throwing the ball and running it. That was his 20th run of the year right there. Picked up a few yards. That brings him up to about 43 yards on 20 carries. Real good marks for a quarterback that really should be expected to pass the ball quite a bit.
And Santa Maria has 3 running backs with plus 20 yards as Alamari rolls out to his left. Pass down the sideline, and nobody in the area to pick that one up. Intended receiver for Santa Maria, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, either Alex Rodriguez was running that post a little too slowly, as it seemed to be a flood play with Nick Martinez underneath on the square out, where Nick Martinez didn't run that quite deep enough. I could see it intended for either of them, honestly, but it's going to bring on the punter, Flavio Gonzalez, who has a long of 44, and with this wind, it might go even further.
And 4th and 6 for the Santa Maria Saints, and this is a high end-over-end kick. Bounces in favor of Mission Prep before it's touched by Santa Maria. Joseph Galindo pushing that back the other way.
Wind's a two-sided sword, isn't it? You're as hoping that it's going to push a little bit, give the guy a little bit more leg. Does the exact opposite. The spin was a backspin, and it caught the wind, just stalled out in the air. It seemed like it was hanging by a string for a second, as it just ended up dropping. That's a situation, if you knew that as the punt you're going to get, probably go for it on 4th down there.
Mission Prep back with the ball, starting on the good side of the 50. 1st and 10 from the 27. Handoff out to the right side. Jack Suseng pushing his way out for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, it looked like more of a zone run than what we've been seeing as far as the veer option from this triple option set. Just because you got 3 running backs out there doesn't mean you got to do that triple option movement. That seemed to be much more of a standard, hey, everyone go to the right, and then Suseng just follows his blocks, gets a handful of yardage. You got to like a running back that's willing to just follow his blocks. That's exactly what Jack Suseng did there.
Working from the right hash. Mission Prep's defense came up big. Now the offense looking to do the same. Larrera hands it off. And the running back gains a couple. Isaac Townsend.
Well, we're back to that shallow split back set with 2 tight ends, moving from what's called 30 personnel, which stands for 3 running backs, 0 tight ends, to 22 personnel, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. One of the major reasons why they moved to that 30 personnel look, Owen Harrison looks like he's going to be missing the rest of this season. Unfortunately injured once again. Looked not that serious on last Wednesday, but it developed. They found out what was wrong. Looks like he's going to be shut down for the rest of the year.
The wind continues to howl here at Dave Boyd Stadium, not Sam Boyd Stadium. We're not in Las Vegas. And a run out to the right side. Jack Suseng showing them who's boss and pushing his way inside the 10-yard line.
You know, Jack Susank was the Slowpoke Sports Utility Player of the Year, partially by fan vote last year, and I got a little bit of heat from that. They said, what's this guy out here doing getting Utility Player of the Year? And not only does he play just about every position on the field, but he's a pure athlete. We're seeing that when he runs the ball here. He's got the speed when he gets to the open area. He's got the strength to fight off these tacklers coming in. Jack Susank's going to be a guy that's going to start turning some heads probably this week. I mean, he's done well in spring so far. We'll see how it goes going forward.
Brings them into the red zone. 1st and goal from the 5. And again, Susank with the touch. And the flag on the play, but touchdown is called. Mission Prep.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. It's going to be holding against Mission Prep. Real downer of a play there because it seemed cleanly blocked from up here. It could have been a backside. I didn't quite see everything, obviously, but great job by Susank. Again, he's just following his blockers. Power right. That play that was not there last week, it's there in a big way here tonight.
And that pushes them back to the 12-yard line. Scoreboard says 11, clearly the 12. As you can see that it's setting on the hash mark.
The nose is a little far, all right? You know, it's a weird-shaped ball. You got to get it.
Okay. 1st and goal from the 12. And another flag. Laundry comes flying out. And we're going to go the other way this time.
Yeah, encroachment from the looks of it, or, you know, some sort of offsides. And I've got to get better at seeing these plays, man. I'm not sure where that was, but
that was a neutral zone infraction, at least.
Some sort of neutral zone infraction. You're going to be pushing the ball forward. At least you're back inside the 10 when you're dealing with these 1st and goal situations. You want to have as many shots at the end zone as you can. When you shorten the field, the defense has much less to defend and the same number of guys to do it. Mission Prep's got to find those soft spots.
And it's still in the 1st quarter, 3:53 on the clock. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. And up the middle, a scrum pushing forward. And Jack Susank finally brought to the ground inside the 5. A gain of 2 for the young man.
There's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned fullback dive. Joe Prothrow at Cal Poly a couple years ago made a lot of yards happen that way. Here we're going to see Jack Susank follow that same formula. Get behind your center and just push. There he gets a handful of yards. Each one of these yards is going to count for a lot. Again, he's just looking for that soft spot that's going to let him fall down into that red turf.
And it is a howling day in my hometown of Santa Maria. Have a whistle as Coach Schuster was running down the sidelines trying to get the timeout called and successfully does get the timeout called. 3:05 on the clock as Mission Prep Royals face a 2nd down from the 5-yard line.
You know, I want to show the flag flapping to show how much wind we got going on, but it doesn't look nearly as intimidating as it feels.
No.
It's a very nice picturesque flag, if I say so myself, but boy, you can really feel it coming off the ocean straight into Santa Maria. If you've ever been to a Hancock game, this is the exact same wind you feel over there, and there is no shelter for it from where we're up all the way up here. I think the stands are probably blocking a little bit for the players at least.
So as I've said a couple times, this is my alma mater, Stephen. This is a homecoming of sorts for me. This is a mixed bag of feelings because I'm loyal to the brand, but I'm also loyal to the school.
Well,
so I went with the reddish and bluish plaid shirt to try to blend with both.
Either way you cut it, Brian. I've always said that about you. You're a saint.
I'm a saint.
There we go.
My grandma said it too. God rest her soul. 3:05 on the clock here in the 1st quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Royals. And the handoff to Susank. He rolls out, trying to get some room, and he's pushed out of bounds. Does he get the extension? And Alejandro Castillo pushing him out of bounds, stopping the touchdown.
Yeah, just caught him just in time, and the referee had a great look at it, going to mark him just short, and it's going to be one of those blades of grass situations down there at the goal line. Jack Susank reaching for the pylon.
I wish we had instant replay. We could call the referees and be like, nope, he got in.
I mean, look, I'm not sure we had enough zoom on that to see what was going on. And when you're standing right over it, I trust your judgment.
Yeah, I think you did a good call. Good call. Third down for the Royals, and they're in this time.
Yeah, you wanted to replay on that one. We might be able to get it fixed up for you. Jack Susank following the guard and center, pushing all the way in. We talked about how much they missed Jack Susank last week. How about Cade Cheney, the guy up front? Coach Schuster says he's the heart and soul of this team, the lone senior remaining for the Royals, and that blocking, typical Cade there. I didn't quite catch the number, but my goodness, that was some push up front.
And in for the extra point, Jack Susank to clean up his own work. Kick is up and through the uprights. That makes it a 7-0 ball game. 2:48 here in the first quarter. Mission Prep takes the lead in this Ocean League matchup. You're watching Prep Sports Network, partnership with Mission Prep Football on YouTube and listening live on Spreaker. I'm Brian Stanley, joining me, Stephen Hodges, Thomas Bowden, our cameraman, doing a great job today for us as he holds down the tripod ever so tightly in the windy Santa Maria. Meanwhile, we got a great view of Midtown Santa Maria is what they call it. We got the Santa Maria Inn off to our left, J.C. Penney's off to our right, and ever off into the distance, you can see my other job, Foodsco. And I want to give a shout out to my my coworker right down here. He's a student here at Santa Maria High School, Cam. I wonder if Cam can hear me. Cam cannot hear me. Cam Marino. Yeah, you can't hear me. So anyways, we're trying to give some shout outs here. If you're in the house, hop on and join us for a chat. I believe our chat is up and running.
Yeah, our chat is up and going quite well.
So if you're involved in our chat, we appreciate it. Appreciate you joining in. We're always trying to make this a better product each and every week as we prepare for kickoff following the 1-yard run by Jack Susank. He's in to do some more work for the Royals, kicking this one off as the Saints are prepared to receive. 2:48 here in the first frame. That one's a good kick, and that one's going to get away from the Saints and roll into the end zone. David Palencia trying to get his hands on it, but again, the wind and the bounce just took it weird.
Well, David Palencia is really not the guy you want picking that up. He's a great kick returner, returns both punts and kickoffs. His one return so far for the kickoff return, 17 yards, better than Nick Martinez's, who's only gotten one return for 6 yards. The rest of them have been fair caught or out of the back of the end zone so far this year. So Palencia clearly knows what he's doing when it comes to moving that ball off a kickoff.
Total of 3 yards of offense for the Saints here in the first quarter. And flag on the play. Plenty of laundry here in the first quarter. I don't want to do the laundry though. My washer machine is full right now, so.
I mean, look, it's just a couple grass stains, right? Like that comes out with some club soda.
Yeah.
Those are going to be well-stained flags by the end.
I was wondering how you get grass stains out. Club soda, nice trick.
I should have better answers, but we had special chemicals when I was an equipment manager, so I just sprayed that stuff on.
Oh yeah,
it worked on everything. It's great.
You don't ask, you just use.
Yeah, exactly.
PPE, who needs it? From 1st and 15 from the 15 for Santa Maria. Here's the snap, rolling out to his right side, trying to find some room before he is touched out of bounds. And Alamari not able to find enough space to get back into the sticks.
Great job by the shell coverage there. Mission Prep using a hybrid zone man scheme there on the back end. Really making sure nothing's open, and that's what you want to force. Just a handful of yards out, and it's actually a loss of the quarterback while he's looking downfield. Nothing was there. That's a coverage sack.
2nd and 12. Alamari in the shotgun. Receiver to each side. Two tight ends. Handoff, gets away from the first tackler, and he fumbles out of bounds. Samuel Herrera.
Yeah, Samuel Herrera is the guy that is going to be coming in, doing a lot of big things for the Saints. He's a great running back, one of the best in the Ocean League. If it wasn't for Brian Kowal, you had all of the guys at Templeton. I mean, he was really a standout any other year but last year. Quick shout out there to Caden Elmerick, forcing the fumble, but it goes out of bounds before the Royals could jump on it.
3rd and 8 for Santa Maria. Alamari working the shotgun. Herrera in the backfield with him. Two receivers to his left, one to the right. Tight end on the left side. Steps back in the shotgun, deep pass on the right side. Receiver comes back, and it is tipped and broken up by David Andrade. Incomplete pass.
Andrade doing a great job positioning his body, finding the ball, turning around and knocking the ball away with his back to it. I mean, that's spatial awareness at its finest. Andrade making that play happen when he didn't even really have eyes on it. Fantastic.
4th and 8 for Santa Maria as the punt unit comes out. So far, Santa Maria's longest play, 4-yard run by Herrera on this drive. This is a good punt for Santa Maria as George Kardashian picks it up at the 40, breaks one tackle, pushed out at the 47-yard line of Mission Prep. And in on that tackle for Santa Maria, Giannis Gonzalez and Jacob Nava.
So one of the things that's changed in the last 25 years of punting is that it's changed from this tumbling punt to this kind of almost like a pass that you do with your leg where it's going to pierce through the air. And you see the difference there. The first punt that the Saints had, tumbling punt backwards, ends up hanging in the air, drops by their own 30-yard line. Their perfect spiral shoots through the wind. Even though it's pushing sideways, that ball actually came towards this near sideline and dropped into Royals territory. Huge difference on the same leg.
That punt netted 32 yards for Santa Maria. Pitch to George Kardashian. He pushes through across the 50, and he gains enough for the first down. And that is a 12-yard, 13-yard pickup for Kardashian.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of deja vu, too. Catching that that kind of orbit pitch there. A guy wearing number 20 in a Royals jersey. Doesn't take much imagination to remember that all last season. Great job by George Kardashian picking up in his cousin's footsteps, pushing that ball down the field.
I heard that other 20's playing at UCLA.
That other 20 would be playing at University of Wyoming.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm thinking of 28.
Cowboy up.
Cowboy up. Let's go rock and roll. Kardashian in motion, handoff up the middle. Finds some room, breaking one tackle. Jack Susank, another first down for Mission Prep. 12-yard pickup.
And this is what happens when you get successful pitch plays. The room opens up in the center. Jack Susank was able to get that room because the safety was watching the pitchman. He's making sure that nothing's going to get outside of him, nothing gets behind him. That's the job of the safety. Stay deeper than the deepest. The deepest threat was the pitch.
False start on the offense. That's going to push them back to the spot of the drive starting, or the series starting, and then back 5 yards. 1st and 15 from the 46 of Santa Maria now. Yeah,
not sure if that was a false start or an illegal motion, as when you're running those orbit motions, you want to make sure that you're not going forward. Snap. You're allowed to move side to side, allowed to move backwards, allowed to move wherever you need to go, so long as it's not forward. That's where they'll catch you on the false starts, the illegal procedures, any number of different things. There's a numbered motion for that I got taught at some point and immediately forgot.
David Larrera under center for Mission Prep. Moving right to left. And the late handoff. And unable to go nowhere with it is David Andrade. It's going to bring up 3rd down for Mission Prep as time ticks away here in the first quarter.
Yeah, crashing defensive end, normally kind of faked out by both the dive and the pitch there. Nothing faking out. And in fact, tripped up a little bit as he tried to make the play too early.
10 seconds remain here in the first quarter, and it looks like that's the way it's going to end, with Mission Prep holding on to the ball at Santa Maria's 46-yard line. We'll be right back with second quarter action. You're listening to Mission Prep Football on YouTube and Spreaker with Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on Prep Sports Network, streaming live on YouTube and Spreaker. Going to try to find the right way to say that tonight.
You're doing pretty good there, I think.
I've said it multiple ways, but it's third and 16. Third and, they moved the sticks for them. They were at the 46, now they're at the 44. They give them 2 yards. Okay, we'll rock with it. And a false start. Or a motion at the line of scrimmage, we'll say.
Motion with contact. It's a little bit hard to just say, it's motion when you're holding on to the shoulder pads of the guy in front of you. And that will kill a defensive lineman coach. That's the whole thing. The ball's right in front of you. You get a look at it. You get to sit right on top of it, and you're still jumping off sides, guys. That's a source of great frustration.
So that brings us 2nd and 8 for Mission Prep. Ball now spotted on the right hash, 39-yard line of Santa Maria. Mission Prep now heading south towards the end zone. Andrade in motion, the pitch out to Andrade on the left side, and he gets stuck at the 40-yard line. No gain for Andrade as David Palencia comes in for the tackle.
What a great read there by Palencia. Just followed the pitchman the entire way and then comes downhill. And that's something that's the rare part about that. A lot of high school safeties will not come downhill that aggressively when they got put at safety. You got put there because you're small. No fear by Palencia, moving downhill, getting the tackle. Great job by the Saints getting the stop.
3rd and 8 for Mission Prep. Kardashian in motion this time as they look to change the play up at the line of scrimmage. Larrera coming up from center. Now sends Kardashian in motion again. Fumble on the play. And everybody scrambling forward at the 40. Santa Maria saying they got it, but that doesn't mean they do. Officials have officially spotted the ball for Santa Maria. That is the 2nd fumble of the day that has resulted in a turnover to Santa Maria for Mission Prep.
And that's where missing your starting quarterback's going to hurt you. It's been the exchanges, right? It's not the ball security. It's not something that's happening when David already has the ball in his hands. It's when it's receiving it or giving it that those kind of mishaps happen. It's just a practice issue.
Santa Maria with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 41 of their own. Working from a shotgun, hands it off, up the middle with it, Nava. Correction, Herrera with the carry.
Yeah, Herrera doesn't take more than 1 or 2 steps to get to that 2nd gear, and you see it there right through the center. He looked like he had enough steam to get to that 1st down just with that much room.
4-yard pickup for Herrera. Working from the shotgun. Alamari hands up over the middle. Herrera meets his match in David Andrade as that 4-yard carry now gets backed up by an 11-yard pickup.
And you talk about how Herrera can just move. We see it there. It takes him about 2 steps to get his shoulders oriented to the hole, and he will then absolutely plow through it. Great skill that's underrated among running backs, the ability to hit that hole when it's set up for you.
Herrera brings him across the 50, and he takes it once again, this time taken down by David Herrera.
And David Herrera has gotten into the backfield and gotten hands on Sam Herrera a few times now. I expect David to start getting some tackles for loss here as the game goes on because he's getting to the spot at the right time. It's just Herrera's got so much speed that he's hard to stop before he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Working with 3 receivers to the right, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Alamari keeps it himself, and he gets stuffed by David Andrade on a 9-yard pickup. Big hit.
We talk a little bit about the cousin connection, and Don Martinez was the quarterback last season. He graduated out, cousin of Nick Martinez for the Saints. So lots of cousins going to these high schools together. And, I mean, Murat Alamari is doing a good job doing that impersonation, rolling out, getting the ball moving, and getting that yardage to make a 3rd down manageable.
3rd and 1 here in the second quarter, 9:11 on the clock. 7-0 is our score. Mission Prep leads Santa Maria in this Ocean League contest. Week 4 action in spring 21 football. And a scrum up the middle for the first down. Quarterback keeper. And Alamari gains enough for the first down, and that's going to move the chains.
That's Alamari for the first down.
And this is the Saints offense that I know and trust. I mean, they're doing a good job moving the ball, doing a great job just finding those gaps to where they're going to make the mismatches happen. Mission Prep's got to do a good job getting aggressive and being less predictable on defense.
1st and 10 from the 32 of Mission Prep. Santa Maria driving, looking good this drive. Herrera shifts left to right. Alamari keeps it himself after the fake handoff to Herrera, and he is taken down in the backfield very quickly. And Isaac Townsend making the defensive play.
Isaac Townsend showing responsibility that's rare for a freshman. He knows his job is to get the quarterback. He knows that he can't let anyone outside of him there. He doesn't get fooled on the handoff. Everyone else is looking that way. He just waits, knowing that he's got the quarterback in that zone read, and he gets rewarded with a big tackle for loss.
Working from the shotgun, Alamari. Herrera in the backfield. Motion on the outside on the left. Rolling out. This pass complete for Alamari. And Palencia coming up with the catch. And that's going to be a big 12-yard gain.
We talked about how dangerous Nick Martinez is, and he seems to be the guy that they're keying off of on this defense. But Palencia has got a lot of speed himself. 14 yards is his average catch. Once he gets that ball in his hands, you know he's capable of big things. Shallow crossing route there, gets a good gain.
3rd and 1. Alamari looking to do something with it. Can't find the connection to Herrera. And he's taken down in the backfield by Isaac Townsend and Tommy Patchell.
And again, it's Townsend in the backfield doing what he's supposed to do. This time he had the pitch man. Pitch man wasn't open. Forces the quarterback to keep it in his hands and fall down in the backfield with it, forcing a 4th down. Great job by Townsend.
And Saints staying on the field. This one's going to be a pass down into the left corner. And that pass complete for Santa Maria. Touchdown to Jose Gonzalez from Alamari.
Jose Gonzalez's first touchdown of the season. And not just that, but the first passing touchdown to go to a player other than Nick Martinez for the Saints. Great job. He just goes along the sideline, finds the space. Everyone's looking at the sticks. He's looking at the end zone. Gonzalez into the end zone for a touchdown. Great read by the Saints. Picking that up, moving the ball forward.
And that's off the uprights. Kick no good. Mission Prep maintains their lead. 7-6, 6:35 here in the second quarter. Mission Prep leads the Santa Maria Saints following a 23-yard pass from Murad Alamari to Jose Gonzalez.
Royal 7.
We'll be right back with Mission Prep Football on YouTube and Spreaker. We're back under action here at Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, Dave Boy Field. It's the campus of Santa Maria High School in the beautiful city of Santa Maria, which I like to call the heart of the Central Coast. Right next to the Santa Maria Fair Park. We got the Santa Maria Inn off in our distance. And the old Vandenberg Hotel off to our right.
Santa Maria Inn, I'd say, is more iconic off to the left.
And Mission Prep drops the kickoff, and it is recovered by Aiden Dahlin.
And multiple flags on this one. I'm curious to see what went on. That just about every referee on the field seemed to catch, but I did not. Maybe an illegal block?
Number 15.
We got a lot of laundry being stuffed back into the waistband.
Yeah, illegal block against Mission Prep. That's a rough one when you're already looking to be inside your own 20, and now you're looking to be even further back, somewhere near the 10. That's a costly penalty.
Pushed back to the 9-yard line.
That moves the ball back.
Kickoffs have not been working well for Mission Prep today, or kickoff returns, that is. 6:24 on the clock. Mission Prep starts another drive from their own 9-yard line. It's going to be a long drive. Lorera hands this off to Susank. He's looking for some room, breaks a tackle. We got some laundry on the field as Susank gets out to the 13-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
And going to be another illegal block against Mission Prep's initial indication. There's the official one. So half the distance again against Mission Prep. And the good news is, they could have been worse, right? Half the distance when it's a 5-yard penalty, but this is starting to get to the turtle of Zeno, I think, is the paradox, where you take half, you take half, you take half. You never really catch that end zone. I mean,
well, 5-yard penalty, they give them the full 5 from the 9 to the 4.
Yeah.
So they didn't get the.
Yeah, I guess it was no, it's the 9 to the 4.5. We'll see.
Okay, here's the handoff. Mission Prep with it, trying to get away from their own goal line. And coming out with it to the 10-yard line is Isaac Townsend once again.
I think Townsend powering forward, and this is where the triple option really gets tested, is when you're taking negative yards at the start of your drive, your offense is designed to consistently get 4 to 5 yards. Well, when you need that extra yardage, where do you turn? That's the dilemma with the triple option. That's why people want to see it moved on from out at Spanos Stadium with the Mustangs.
David Lorera working from under center. Receiver to his right. 2 backs in the backfield, hands off to Susank. And Susank goes nowhere. Gains a yard or 2 up the middle.
And so do you turn to David Loera, say, we know you're not really our normal quarterback, but we trust you to make a big play here. We need to get a first down, and we're quite a ways away. Not sure you can rely on a dive play. Not sure you can even do a real sweep. I'm intrigued to see what the Royals plan to do to make up this quite a bit of yardage for a third down.
A long third down, a 3rd and 7 for Mission Prep. And David Lorera gets swallowed up in the backfield.
Aiden Dahlin, the only real receiver in a passing route. I will say I commend David Loera with his patience. He saw the guy in his space, knew he was jumping, putting his hands up, waited for him to pass. Problem was the guy was right behind him as well, and that was the one that ultimately ended up getting the sack. Really a challenging spot to put a quarterback in that's really a linebacker put in a position he's not used to playing.
A loss of 5 on that play. Mission Prep looks to punt from their own end zone now. Suseng takes the high snap, able to keep control of it, gets it off just in time. And this one's going to take a Mission Prep bounce. And it's live as Palencia breaks away the tackle and makes his way over to the Mission Prep sideline before he's chased out of bounds.
Coming into this game, Palencia had 5 returns for 47 yards through the first 3 games. And like I said, when you get him into space, he's an extremely agile guy. He's a guy that's going to find those lanes and go side to side. It was really what you're looking for in a punt return. If you get 10 yards, you're ecstatic because that's 3 plays that the offense doesn't have to run.
And that return sets them up at the 36-yard line of Mission Prep. Alamari with the handoff to Herrera, and Herrera gets taken down hard by Jack Suseng. Not today, Jack Suseng says.
Well, I tell you what, there might be something in this left side of the field because this is where all the action's been. Hardly anything happening to our right. I guess they know they got the broadcast cameras on this side of the press box.
Yeah, they want to stay in the frame, and we're okay with that one. Herrera takes the handoff once again, tries to spin out of one tackle, does, before he's met by 2 defenders and pulled to the ground, but gains enough for the first down.
And here's where Santa Maria's offense really succeeds. When the ball is moving, the playbook opens up. For Mission Prep, it's the down to go. How many yards do you have? That's how big your playbook gets. For Santa Maria, it's all about pace.
And that handoff, that fake handoff to Herrera, caught RJ Esmond off guard as he went straight for Herrera.
Yeah, caught him right by the line of scrimmage, though not going to be much of a gain. And here's where Santa Maria, we talked about pace. They're starting to lose that pace a little bit. The wind's blowing, but it's not in their sails.
2nd and 9 for Santa Maria from the 24. Alamari pitches it to Herrera, and David Andrade power hits Herrera out of bounds.
Herrera really made that happen. It was a free defender coming off the edge, and he had to stiff arm in the backfield. All of that yardage should go directly onto his stat sheet and not get shared with the rest of the offense because that was a one-man play right there.
3rd and 2 for Santa Maria as they're inside the 20 now. 18 yards from the end zone. And a pass broken up on the left side. And making that break up the other Loera, Mario.
And Mario Loera getting his hands up. We know how dangerous those hands are. He had a few interceptions as a freshman last year, including one in his debut game. So definitely a guy that if you're running an offense, you want to avoid number 50 out there on defense.
2:06 remains here in the first half. 7-6 our score. Mission Prep leads Santa Maria. 4th and 2. This is going to be a pass. Keeps it himself. Alamari. He does get enough for the first down. A 5-yard pickup for the quarterback.
Everyone was looking off to the trip set where you had 1 vertical route and 2 flats. Nothing developing out of that man coverage defense. Making sure nothing happens, forces the quarterback up the middle. And I tell you what, they got the first down, but that's not how the Saints wanted to do it.
1st and 10 from the 13. Clock continuing to run. Handoff to Herrera. He spins out of one tackle before he lands into another one. David Herrera making the initial touch.
So the big highlight for this year for David Schuster has been how young this team is and how much they're coming along. They're Connor Lopez getting a tackle, really highlighting as another freshman getting involved in this game up front.
1-yard pickup for Herrera. 2nd and 9. Hand off in motion, trying to get on the sweep. Going nowhere. Very quickly, the running back for Santa Maria, Michael Boulin.
Number 3, Alex Rodriguez.
Excuse me, Alex Rodriguez. I don't know where I got it.
A-Rod coming in, getting taken down by Caden Elmerick right there. Elmerick coming from the corner position, not normally expected to get involved in the run game, but definitely answered the call.
A-Rod with a 2-yard pickup, as we have a flag and a whistle. You know, I think I got nervous that I actually got to call A-Rod's name, even though it's not A-Rod.
False start against the Saints.
Yeah, legal procedure against the Saints. And I tell you what, this is going to change the dynamic of the game. You're in scoring position, down close by the goal line, not much time left on the clock, and you're shooting yourself in the foot, not where the Saints want to be.
3rd and 12 for Santa Maria, deep pass. And that is completed from Alamari and pushed out of bounds by Jack Susank at the 1-yard line, Nick Martinez. And Jack Susank denying him again.
And there, Nick Martinez shows what's making him such a special guy this year. He's a big target, he's fast, but he's also agile. Spun out of that route directly towards the end zone and made a good chance to get to the end zone.
That was a 13-yard pass. And this one stopped before it goes anywhere.
Yeah, Jonas Gonzalez was the quarterback there, a little bit of a wildcat type action. Going to be another penalty on the play here. Could push the Saints back even further. Oh, this is going against the Royals.
We have a face mask against the Royals.
And so that'll be a little bit of yardage, but a lot of fresh downs. Remain 1st and 10.
And we have a timeout taken by Santa Maria. 23.7 seconds remain in this ball game, or in this first half. Ball game's not over. We still got another 24 minutes to go in the second half. Don't go anywhere. But we're going to take a quick break, so hang on with us. You're listening to Mission Prep Football on Prep Sports Network, streaming live on YouTube and Spreaker. Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on Prep Sports Network. We're still underway here in the first half. Second quarter action with 23.7 seconds. Santa Maria sniffing the end zone following a face mask penalty by Mission Prep. Half the distance to the goal puts Santa Maria at the 1-yard line for a 1st and goal, that is. And they reset the clock to 25 seconds officially. 7-6 our score. Royals lead the Saints. The sun is beginning to set to the west. And Alamari under center on the keeper. And that scrum pushes into the end zone. Touchdown, Santa Maria.
Really easy call when you're that close and you got a quarterback that's not afraid to get a little bit messy, get a little bit dirty. Alamari just gets behind his center and guards, says, all right, guys, let's go get this, pushes his way into the end zone. Touchdown for the Saints. For Alamari, that's his 4th rushing touchdown of the season.
And his 9th carry of the night puts the Saints up 12-7. As Jose Torres comes in for the extra point. This one is good for Torres. It is a 6-point lead for Santa Maria with 21.6 seconds to go in the first half.
And you know, that first PAT was not on the mark. Hit the post, bounced right back out. That was actually his first miss of the season. So right now he's sitting at 8 for 9 on the year with 7 for 7 coming in. Has not yet hit a field goal, Jose Torres.
As Santa Maria is already on the field, ready for this kickoff before we go to the half. Mission Prep coming out for the return. George Kardashian out there for the return, joined by Aiden Dolan. And this one's a scrub kick. That one's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Santa Maria ball at the 40-yard line.
Hey, man, Mission Prep ball, but yeah, it's going
Center,
to be
yes.
when it went out of bounds, the Royals will have the ball back, and that's a calculated play. They don't want to risk anyone getting a chance to return it. Just kick it all the way out of bounds to where it never even hit the ground, just floated right on out. And if I'm Mission Prep, I debate actually making them re-kick that, as you have the choice of taking the spot where it went out of bounds, the spot at the 35-yard line, or you can force them to re-kick. Re-kick may not be the worst idea because that would force them to either give it to one of your returners or just keep kicking out of the bounds like that.
They're going to take it to the spot plus the penalty, puts it at the 42, officially out of bounds at the 37. So a 5-yard penalty for the out-of-bounds kick.
We're going to get more time put on the clock here. They're motioning for 21 to be tossed up there as the clock ran a little long. Could be a little sticky button. You know, it's high school. We don't always have the hottest technology.
And it is Santa Maria High School.
I mean, it's a nice feeling out here.
I'm throwing some heat on Santa Maria right now. It is my alma mater. Love the place. Santa Maria Saint, tried and true. Bleeding red through and through. Here's the snap. Hand off to to Jack Shusank. And he breaks a couple tackles and before moving on and getting tackled for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, we talked about the power and speed that he has, a great combination, and it's going to be a timeout on the field for an injury for Mission Prep. An already small squad might be coming in a little bit more sparse here.
As we look for some numbers, that is Connor Lopez on the ground for Mission Prep right now, getting looked at by the training staff. And officially a 2-yard pickup for Jack Susank on that carry. 11 carries for 82 yards unofficially, as Connor Lopez is helped off the field. 6.1 seconds remain here in the first half. Live from Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, Dave Boyd Field in the city of Santa Maria.
Well, we're right here by the press box, and the coaches just left, so I'm going to guess that they're just going to let this clock run on out. Well, head on to halftime, huh?
And they restart the clock as Mission Prep heads to the visitors' locker room underneath the visitors' bleachers. And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Mission Prep Football and watching on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brian Stanley, and my partner in crime tonight, Stephan Hodges. too. Yep. Slowpoke Sports. Prep Sports Network.
It's the brand. Branded strong.
What are we going to do?
Whenever you want to come back, just come back.
You can find some, yeah. You can still take the break. We're just gonna. Yeah. You're good on your break time. Man.
Well, everyone else is just starting. The Knights are just kicking off. Spaghetti. Spaghetti 14, slow 0.
Oh well. Missed out on a free lunch. My coworker buys me lunch every once in a while. So when do we start this pandemic? So March 2020 was my wedding. That was the start of the pandemic.
Congratulations. That's hard.
Everybody else put on weight during the pandemic. I
Oh,
said,
yeah, I did.
So, what is that, 30 pounds? Yeah, 31 pounds now. Yes, you're good, man. Yeah, so there we are, man. Little workout. Come on, man. Let's hurry this game up. Glad I brought the jacket up. Welcome back to Prep Sports Network. Broadcasting Mission Prep Football live from the Central Coast, beautiful Santa Maria, California on a cold, windy April night. The lights are on here in the stadium, Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, Dave Boyd Field. Our score is 13-7. Santa Maria Saints, my alma mater, lead the Mission Prep Royals. My paycheck.
Wow.
That's the best way I could sum it up. You know, like I said before we went live, I am loyal to the brand. I did pick Mission Prep to win this one, so I am loyal to the brand. Let's go over some unofficial pregame stats. Jack Susank for Mission Prep, 11 carries for 82 yards. Isaac Townsend, 3 carries, 8 yards. David Andrade, 4 carries for 12 yards. George Kardashian, 2 carries, 22 yards. And David Lorera, 3 carries for -5 yards plus 2 fumbles. Also, Jack Susank has a 1-yard touchdown run tonight. For Santa Maria, on the other side of the ball, not a whole lot of yardage for them compared to Mission Prep, as they have had struggle moving the ball early. But Giannis Gonzalez has 2 carries for 3 yards. Quarterback Murad Alamari has 9 carries for 20 yards. Samuel Herrera has 8 carries for 38 yards. and Rodriguez with a touch as well in there. Marauder has attempted 5 passes, 3 completions for 48 yards. Completions 13 yards to Nick Martinez. Completion to Daniel Palencia for 12 yards. And Jose Gonzalez for a 23-yard touchdown strike for 23 yards, as I said. And Murad, not Marauder, that's a fish. Murad Alamari has 2 touchdowns tonight, 1 on the ground.
Let me get this straight. You think of a marauder, and the first thing you think of is a fish.
I don't know. I just wanted to move on. I had his name wrong. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I mean, look, when I think marauders, I'm thinking more like Vikings, people that are going to pillage, that kind of stuff. I appreciate that you think that fish are that vicious, though, I guess.
But Murad Alamari has 2 touchdowns tonight for Santa Maria. The first touchdown resulted in a missed extra point, ricocheted off the upright, the left upright to be exact, and that's how our score ends up at 13-7 with 5 minutes left to go in the halftime show. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me, my partner as always, Stephen Hodges. We appreciate you joining us tonight for this Ocean League matchup.
Well, just taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, some games are in town, including, if you're watching this from the sunny hills of San Luis Obispo, you may have heard Rigetti playing against San Luis tonight at Pioneer Valley. Right now, Rigetti leads that one 21-0. St. Joe and Templeton kicking off just south of us down in the far-off lands of Orchid. Right now, that game does not have a score as St. Joe was kicking off to start. So we'll see what Templeton and St. Joe are able to get up to going into that one. Should be a real exciting one. That'll be on after we're done. So hopefully I can catch the end of that one.
I know he's not currently up here with us. He's run off to do young man stuff, whatever that may be. But I would like to give a shout out to our cameraman, Thomas Bowden. He stepped up to the plate in our pregame, became our producer today, and produced our pregame show, made sure our camera angles were right. Our transitions were working for us as we continue to expand our broadcast and try to give you guys the best possible product we can give you on a weekly basis as we continue to learn the craft of streaming video. This is only our 4th attempt at it, and I think we're getting pretty good at it.
Yeah, a little bit better each time. It's what you want. Same thing you expect out of a football team, get better with each game. We're trying to get better with each game ourselves. And, of course, Thomas is the unspoken star behind it all, a bit like, who is the neighbor in Tool Time? You never really saw his face. Wilson, yeah, he's the Wilson of this broadcast. He's always there, sage advice, younger than both of us. So, we shouldn't be taking advice from an 8th grader. I'm going to say that right now.
When you said unsung hero, for some reason, my first thought was Wilson, but I was thinking the beach ball, the volleyball in Castaway.
Was Wilson a hero, or was he more of a demon that was haunting Tom Hanks during his time on the island? Like that's what we really got into with that Castaway talk,
I don't know. That's what popped in my head was Wilson, and I thought of the volleyball.
I mean, look, Wilson is a lot like Jeff Probst, right? When you first watch Survivor, you're like, yeah, Jeff's out there. He's a great guy. He's, the producer of the show. Everybody likes Jeff. Then you watch Survivor a little bit too much during quarantine, and you realize Jeff is kind of the torture master out there, making sure that he gets good TV. Like, you want some fan theories on Survivor. I can fill the rest of this game, man. I've been watching way too much of that.
Let's talk second half action here. Stephen, what does Mission Prep need to do to get back into this ball game to regain the lead after allowing 2 touchdowns in the first half? The first time they've allowed touchdowns in the first half this season.
Well, the first thing is possess the ball, right? We talked about how important possession is, as all of the touchdowns happened to the left side of the field here, and that's because when the game started, Mission had better position than Santa Maria. That was their end zone. That's flipped now. Santa Maria finished off that first half with much better possession. There are some turnovers on the behalf of the Royals. Just careless mistakes is what's happening. It's going to take focus. It's going to take dedication. That's what makes good drives. That's what makes good possession. It's what makes good Royals football. Ultimately, That's what we got to see out of the Royals. For the Saints, they're doing everything right now. They're starting to heat up. They're starting to get that pace that they need to really thrive in this environment. And that passing game is only going to get more dangerous as the game goes on and these players get a little bit more tired.
Current temperature here at Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, Dave Boyd Field on the campus of Santa Maria High School, 54 degrees at the break. And current wind speeds coming out of the west, 18 miles an hour as we talk about the wind speeds. And it feels like 48 degrees.
Yeah, I was going to say, up here with the wind chill, it feels a little bit cooler, as close to 70 at the kickoff time. But I tell you what, when we sit here and talk Central Coast temperatures, when you're moving around like the players are down there, they're probably not even noticing it. Yeah. The kicking game has been affected by the wind, definitely, but I haven't seen much of that as far as the action goes. So we're going to be a little uncomfortable, but the players going to be just fine.
We have a visibility of 6 miles.
Oh, I think we're a little bit further than that. We can see the hills behind Santa Maria right now.
It's not clear.
That's a hill right there. I can clearly see it. That is more than 7 miles away.
The Santa Maria Saints return to the field by the roar of the home crowd. This school built in 1891 originally, slowly expanding out to what we see today. That building you see off in your distance there, that is Wilson Gym, speaking of Wilson. And they have a new aquatic center that was added long after I was here. They've done some great upgrades to the athletic facilities, allowing them to play baseball on campus once again, elevating the fence line because they have a short porch out in left field for baseball.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time during warm-ups, and we can see that from here. So give me just a second. And I always loved this fence because it is such the pitcher's fence, right? Like, it's a short porch, but my goodness, no one is robbing a home run off that fence. That is bouncing down each and every time. That is a tough field to hit in. And,
I think of the was it Korean baseball player from Major League 2?
Oh, I did not watch that movie. She said Major League 2. I was on board. I was like, oh, we're going to talk some KBO? No, we're going to talk Major League 2. The most Major League 2 has been talked about already in decades, I'm sure.
Hey, we don't talk about Major League 3. That's the rule.
Too late.
Too late. Back to the minors we go.
I will say something that's been interesting about this halftime. There seemed to be some miscommunication between the two teams of when the warm-up period was. So we're seeing the Royals going back through their warm-ups as they've already done it once. And Saints came right out, warmed up, that 3 minutes got put on. So a little bit of a duplicitous action by the Royals to get things going here at halftime.
Joining us are some of Santa Maria Police Department's finest, keeping us safe on the grounds of Santa Maria High School. Walking down the track. And we had a great time as we were setting up today. The Santa Maria cheerleaders were warming up, playing some great California jams, particularly California Love by Dr. Dre and Tupac.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they had their whole routine going. And something that's been interesting is the lack of bands. So band normally plays, when the Saints go marching in, of course, one of the many theme songs Santa Maria has here. And, it's weird to hear that coming through speakers rather than live bands. I'm looking forward to going back to having the big bands right up here in the stands with us, even if it means they're going to be right at our feet. As we play a game at Templeton, that's going to be where it is, right by your toes. They make sure they give the visiting broadcast the front row seat.
Well, as you know, we're in the year of COVID, or the time of COVID, the era of COVID.
Never.
And I just want to explain to you how things have changed on the campus of Santa Maria High School during football games. When I was here, or before I was here, when I was in the era of Thomas, that age range.
When we were chiseling on our tablets and not playing games on them, I tell you what.
Yes.
Kids these days don't understand how good
It's called an Etch-a-Sketch, bro.
Okay.
It's an Etch-a-Sketch.
Okay.
And the crowd was full, front end to end. the wood bleachers, and they would call everybody down, and they would do this giant conga line called Go Bananas. And you'd sing, Go Bananas. And you'd spell it all out, and it was a good time. And by the time I got to high school, they quit doing that. And now you can't even touch
I
anybody.
went to high school. The space behind San Luis Obispo wasn't a building. It was the parking lot. And there was a big green hill that we all used to sit on and have good times. Like, yeah, we can do this all day.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Now you can't even touch anybody without having hand sanitizer and.
Well, I mean, look, things are going to come back, including coming back. Here come back the Saints onto the field. They're going to be getting the ball to start off the second half. We talked about how the wind's been playing a part. It's been the 12th member on the field tonight. Jack Susank's in an interesting spot. He does a high kick, might push it a little bit towards the sidelines, might hang to a point where they could pick that up if it's not fair caught. I definitely would be hesitant kicking it off deep because, quite frankly, they've got a couple guys that can really move the ball back there. So Mission Prep has a few options on this kickoff. It's not your typical, what you see in the NFL where you're just going to kick it out of the back of the end zone. We'll see what they get up to here.
Samuel Herrera and Daniel Palencia back to receive Susank's kickoff as we begin the third quarter at Santa Maria High School. Our score, Santa Maria Saints 13, Mission Prep Royals 7. Ocean League action. The hand is up. And here comes the kickoff. Second half action underway. That's a good deep kick down to the 7-yard line as Herrera brings it out across to the other sideline, and he's still on his feet out to the 45, evading plenty of tackles by Mission Prep.
This is going to give the Saints great field position. This is what they want to be seen. You've got Sam Herrera, who's got his legs under him right now, quite obviously. They finished the first half strong, got themselves the lead right at the end there. This offense knows that they're capable. They know that they've got what they need. Question is Mission Prep going to give them a reason to think about that a little bit longer?
Knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line of Santa Maria was Herrera as Alamari works from the shotgun. Herrera in the backfield with him, hands off to, keeps it himself on the fake. Alamari runs out to the right outside the hash. And he picks up enough, just coming up short of the 50. That is a 6-yard pickup for Alamari.
We talk a lot about how offenses are good in the open field, how players can find the open grass. Right there, George Kardashian shows how he's a good defender in the open field. One-on-one tackle where the quarterback could have gone anywhere. Kardashian steps up, makes the play.
2nd and 4. Hand off to Herrera this time. He keeps it up the middle, running straight up the right hash. And he gains enough for the first down across the 50. And that is a 13-yard pickup for Herrera.
The zone read is such an important tool for the offense in the modern way that people look at it at football. Sam Herrera shows how the zone run works. Just find the open hole. All of your offensive linemen are going to engage someone. Just find the one that's winning his battle and get behind him. Herrera finds that, moves the sticks.
Herrera with the handoff once again, and he breaks through the line to pick up 5. And they're just chipping away slowly but surely. There we go. They're chipping away 5 yards here, 6 yards there, gets the first down.
Well, it feels slowly because, 5 yards. What's 5 yards? Well, 5 yards is how you go 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5. It seems slow, but it's moving fast.
And Alamari keeps it himself this time. And that 5-yard from the 5-yard gain to the 7-yard gain, we got the first down. Santa Maria moves the chains once again.
Alamari making something out of nothing there. The ball was run the wrong direction. It is a zone read without a read. He's just sitting there with the ball in his hands. Does a great job not panicking. Finds the spot along the line and runs behind his lineman. Picks up a big gain and a first down.
1st and 10 from the 26 of Mission Prep. Santa Maria with the ball. Drops back, throws to his right. Alamari. And that's off the back of David Lorera.
Well, and that's where you got to get your sideline involved a little bit. Lorera didn't know to look for the ball. If he had seen that, that was a sure interception right in the numbers of David Lorera there as he's running down the sideline defending his man.
That brings up 2nd and 10 for Santa Maria. And we're live from Santa Maria High School. 9:57 on the clock, third quarter. Our score 13-7. Santa Maria leads Mission Prep in Ocean League action. And if Santa Maria doesn't do something fast, they're going to get a delay of game. Alamari takes a shotgun snap, keeps it himself after the fake to Herrera. He finds some room. He's looking for the end zone. And Alamari is in for the score. And
Alamari's 5th touchdown, but this is going to be called back from the looks of it, as the referees are having a conference along the sideline.
As we wait for the official result, that would have been, if it counts, it's a 26-yard score for Alamari.
And it looks like it's an illegal block in the back. Would have been Alamari's 5th touchdown of the year. They're going to count off some of the yardage here. So officially that play ended at the 14-yard line. We'll be coming back to the 24.
Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. They said the ball is at the 26. Well, yeah, coming back to the 26, 24. So foul happened at the 14. So officially,
officially only a couple yards.
12-yard gain for Alamari. He's doing some math in my head here. Deep pass to Alamari, almost picked off by Jack Susank.
Well, look at the vertical. Jack Susank going through the air there. Gets a hand on, doesn't get the pick, but to even get that as a pass deflection by Susank, my goodness. What a play by the free safety back there. Keep an eye out for number 6, as he seems to be controlling the entire back end of this offense, or defense rather.
3rd and 8. Shotgun snap. Pass down the line, that pass incomplete. Intended target just a little far, Alex Rodriguez.
They knew they were going for it there. They're not planning on kicking a field goal here, even at a 4th down. So what they were looking to do was a tunnel screen. And that's the kind of throw that will erode your confidence in your quarterback, is you can't throw that quick screen, which is just a quick connection pass.
Rolling out Alamari, trying to find the receiver. And this one is broken up, and that pass results in a turnover on downs as it falls incomplete. George Kardashian making the stop.
And that's twice in the same drive that we see some great open field defense by George Kardashian. He knew where he needed to be. He knew how to make the play. He just didn't quite wheel around in time to make the catch, but even if he had, just knock that down. You're getting the turnover one way or the other.
Another 3rd straight incomplete pass for Alamari, resulting in the turnover on downs. 48 yards for him as Mission Prep back with the ball. 1st and 10 from the 24 of their own. Kardashian in motion as Lorera pops his head up, resets the play. Kardashian in motion. Flag on the play near sideline. And it looked like Lorera dropped the ball on the snap.
It'll be interesting to see what this call is. They tried a couple different things with the cadence there, and it will be a illegal procedure of some variety. They might be declining this, as there's a discussion going on between Coach Ellington, head coach of the Santa Maria Saints, and the referees. And they will decline that penalty from the looks of it, make up a 2nd and 10. But what was going on is you're using multiple things to try and get that jump from the defense. You're using your cadence. You might be able to hear it on the mics. I'm not sure. David Loera, saying very hard what he's trying to do to get them to jump. But you're also using the motion of that flanker back, moving back and forth. They're trying to time when it's going to be along that center line.
Working under center, Lorera. Receiver to each side. Kardashian in motion. Andrade gets the handoff. And Andrade goes nowhere. That brings up 3rd and 10.
May have been just a real quick version of the check with me. Hey, we're not able to get this going as much as we want. You're not going to fake that inside dive and go to the pitch. That pitch was open. That might be something that they look at here as it's 3rd and long. they're not defending the perimeter quite as well. They're crashing down on that inside run, those runs between the tackle. That pitch might be wide open.
3rd and 10, receiver to each side. 2 tight end set. And here's the pitch to Kardashian. And Kardashian spins into a tackle as he tries to break away. That is a 4-yard gain for Kardashian.
Yeah, the little discussion that I saw going on the line of scrimmage there tells me that these haven't been illegal motions so much as they've been illegal formations. You got to be on the line of scrimmage. The rules of football declare you need 7 people on the line of scrimmage for an offense, 4 in the backfield, one of which must be the quarterback. They just haven't been getting the wide receivers on the line of scrimmage, and I'd been taking that for granted.
Working from, the punt. And that goes over Susang's head. He tries to manage something. He does. Gets this one off. Saves the punt, and it bounces out of bounds at the 42 of Mission Prep. Salvaged it. Not a great punt from the 29-yard line to the 42.
Well, that's what, the 13-yard punt going from the line of scrimmage, but when you look at the impact that it made, probably closer to a 35-yard punt, as Jack Susek has the heads-up play to keep kicking that despite being under tremendous pressure from the Santa Maria Saints defense.
They spotted out of bounds at the 43. 1st and 10, Santa Maria in Mission Prep territory. 7:28 on the clock here, 3rd quarter. As Herrera finds some room, breaks the tackle, and he's going down the sideline, and Susang pushes him out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 19-yard pickup for Sammy Herrera, making Sammy the Saint very proud.
And Sammy the Saint, the live version here, making himself very proud, coming back and having a bit of a revenge game against Mission Prep. This was the team that he got injured in the contest last year that cut his season short, so he's got to feel pretty good right now.
11 carries, 79 yards. Herrera gives it, or doesn't take it as Alamari keeps it, the option. And Alamari gains 2 yards.
Caden Chaney there with the tackle, and he was faced with a very tough situation. He easily could have gone with a headshot against the quarterback there. And Alamari running straight at him, but in a squat position. Chaney takes the sporting way, grabs his shoulder pads, and pushes him to the ground. But it allowed Alamari to get a couple of yards extra.
2nd and 8 for Santa Maria from the 22. Deep pass into the left corner, and it pops out of the fingertips of Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez, really the number 2 wide receiver behind Nick Martinez in this offense. Coming into this game, Rodriguez had 11 receptions, 120 yards in this very young season. When you're a wide receiver averaging 40 yards a game in a offense that has a lot of mouths to feed, I think you're a pretty important guy to what's going on.
3rd and 8 for the Saints from the 22-yard line, 6:46 on the clock. And a miscommunication, ball stays with Alamari, and he scrambles up the middle. And this could be a chance to bring the chains out. They're going to move the sticks. No measurement here, 1st down, 8-yard pickup for the quarterback.
Yeah, had a chance to take out the chains. They just kind of looked at the ball, looked at the chains. Real quick decision. And here, Saints got some decisions. They're not in that runway position where you can blow the top off the defense. The top of the defense right now is the back of the end zone.
Herrera with it this time, trying to find his way through the line of scrimmage. Picks up enough for a 6-yard gain.
Herrera making a welcome back to her right now. I'm really impressed with his runs between the tackles. When he gets that off that zone read, he's immediately past the line of scrimmage. That initial gear we talked about, the 2 steps and go. He's getting his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and going fast. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Herrera.
10 yards from the end zone, 2nd and 4 for Santa Maria. Herrera taken down in the backfield as he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The big lineman, R.J. Esmond, making the stop.
Yeah, Esmond won his battle up front and made it clear he was not going to let anyone get past him. Just puts his hands on Herrera and brings him to the ground. That feels great as a defensive tackle when you know you made the play all by yourself.
Santa Maria, that pass bouncing around from Kardashian to Elamerick to a bunch of people before it hits the ground.
Yeah, what a wild turn of events. That has almost picked off about 3 times and almost was a touchdown reception twice in there. I mean, play a little pinball with the Saints there, but looks like a player's down, so, things are changing right now.
That was George Kardashian on the turf. That's George Kardashian, that is George Kardashian. I'll get through it. George Kardashian on the turf right now after being spun around like a windmill. They're looking at his left knee. Seems to be a lot of injuries to the left leg tonight. A lot of people getting their left leg looked at.
Yeah, a few people have hit the turf, unfortunately, and really not a set of teams that you want that to be happening, as both sidelines a little bit thin, as is the case for most of the teams coming out in spring right now.
As many players are having to make the choice between which sport they want to play, because sports are overlapping, as players are making decisions between football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, tons of other sports out there, and you got to play where your heart and desire lies.
Well, good news for George Kardashian. He seems to be moving decently. We're going to have a chance for them to get another look at what's going on, but on comes the field goal for the Saints. As you can hear the wind in our microphones, the Saints yet to complete a field goal this season. They have tried a couple, both of them, no good. Longest was a 35-yard attempt earlier in the year.
And Mission Prep is going to ice the kicker with 5:15 remain in the third quarter. This is when they get back out there, it's going to be a 27-yard attempt by Santa Maria. So we're going to take a quick break, try to warm our hands up. You're listening to Mission Prep Football and watching on YouTube. We appreciate you joining us on Spreaker as well. Welcome back to Mission Prep Football and Prep Sports Network, live on Twitter, live on Spreaker and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter. Here's the kick. 27-yard attempt, up and good at the 5:15 mark, making it look easy, Jose Torres. And it's a 16-7 game, making things interesting now, 2-score game.
Yeah, right now the Royals got to get the ball in their hands, and they got to keep it. That's been the problem, is with the quarterback exchanges, quarterback center, and quarterback running back exchanges, leading to 3 turnovers in this game, and we're still early. I mean, there's a lot that could happen. They're running an offense that they're not quite as familiar with, but they've seen some success. They saw success early. Question is, can they find those success points again, or have the Saints covered it up through halftime adjustments and finding the players that just are going to step up and make those plays?
That is 16 unanswered points by Santa Maria after allowing Mission Prep the opening score. 2 touchdowns and a field goal leading to the 16 points.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, many Mission Prep players on vacation. It's their spring break. It is pre-approved. This was one of those situations the season snuck up on everyone. And so no one's upset about it. It's just something that's a fact of life.
Running up the middle, or running up the left side, that is, bulldozing his way towards the 50. On that return, Dahlin making a good impact there.
And Dahlin really getting some wind of the sail. A player that has not had a lot of highlight situations yet, but he's still a sophomore. A lot of time left to get that going. We talked about how there's been more space on the varsity rosters this year. Dahlin, one of those guys that is only a sophomore, probably will be getting that experience on JV this year. Instead, up with the big squad, going up against the big boys. And he'll be a junior come fall, and looks like he's got the toolkit to make some things happen in this near season.
David Larrera working from under center, the backup quarterback, getting the start tonight for Mission Prep. Keeping it himself, trying to find the wiggle room outside the tackles on the right side. Short game.
Well, the game for Mission Prep right now comes to how thin can you make the Santa Maria Saints defense. Santa Maria seems to recognize that there's not a lot outside of the run game right now. So they're going to put as many guys up along the line of scrimmage. What Mission Prep's got to do is make that a long, thin line across the line of scrimmage and then find the person they want to attack in that defense. We'll see if they're successful.
2nd and 7 for the Royals as they get across the 50 now. Here's the handoff running out to the right side. Jackson Hussein getting to the sideline, up and over on that tackle. Coming up just short of first down, bringing up 3rd down.
Number 6.
Jack Susank showing that speed to the outside, forcing Santa Maria, as we said, to become much more aware of where the perimeter is and who they're going to put on it. Susank finds the corner, turns, and gets a huge amount of yardage. It's going to make a 3rd and manageable here, and they're close enough and really desperate enough that this is probably something that they could do some risky stuff, knowing that they could go for it on 4th down if they need it.
3rd and 1, 3:46. Clock continues to run here in the 3rd quarter. And that one's going to be close for Mission Prep as Caden Elmerick with the carry.
Yeah, Drew Harrigan, another one of the guys that's out this week. Haven't seen much of him around practice even. So Caden Elmerick coming in and giving Jack Susank a little bit of relief, doing a lot of the same type of running that he'd be doing in this situation. It's going to bring up a 4th and very short. Are they going to pull out the chains is the question. No.
I would pull out the chains, honestly. They gave it to Santa Maria. I'm just saying, they gave a close one to Santa Maria. This is really close. I would bring out the chains. But anyways, 4th and centimeters here for Mission Prep. And up the middle, Jack Susank taking it up the hash mark, and that's going to give them the 1st down.
No surprise they didn't just go with the keeper there. You got a big body in David Loera as your quarterback, and the left guard completely uncovered by the defense. They're all focused on the A gap and the strong side B gap. Luckily for the Royals, they won that battle at the strong side B gap and moved the chains forward, but a lot of opportunities available for the Royals along that line of scrimmage.
Royals looking to get some action turning here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd half. 2.5 remains in the 3rd quarter. Herrera working from under center. Hands off to Elmerick, and Elmerick turns the corner for 2 yards.
Yeah, George Kardashian, one of those guys that was taking those running back reps earlier. He's doing some lunges along the sideline, testing out that ankle from the looks of it. We're going to see if he's going to return to the game later on as the trainer is taking a good hard look at what's going on with his body on the sideline.
I can't remember being this deep into a football game and still having sunlight off in the distance.
I can't remember being this deep into April and still having football to watch outside of maybe the FCA All-Star game, which happens later in the summer.
1:46 on the clock. Here's the handoff. Jack Susank trying to find some wiggle room. Finds the space. Looking for the end zone. The 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Mission Prep. Jack Susank with a 36-yard pickup. Do we have laundry on the field?
We got laundry on the field there, Brian.
I heard the whistles. I don't see the flag.
We'll take a look here. It might be a holding penalty near the line of scrimmage. They're consulting with the coaches, but I think ultimately this one's coming back.
This one is coming back from the line of scrimmage.
Well, it won't count, but they can't take it out of our memory there. That was a great run by Jack Susank, showing off his top speed ability. And we've talked about what a complete package he is as a player. great utility guy. There we see what he can do as a top-end guy as well.
2nd and 20 now for Mission Prep after the called back run by Susang. Elmrick with the carry this time, and he gets just past the line of scrimmage before he is taken down by the defense of Santa Maria.
Now 3rd and long, and David Loera really hasn't had more than one look to throw the ball. So we'll see if this is the chance where they really see if he can throw it or, at least get something going aerially. I think it is a little too far to just trust your run game and wish for the best.
He has yet to attempt a pass in this game. Is David Loera, but at 3rd and 19, excuse me, trying to take away down from him already. And Jack Susang upended by Daniel Palencia after another 1-yard gain by Mission Prep.
Well, I mean, David Loera may statistically say he's never attempted a pass. He did attempt that pass that resulted in a sack earlier in this game where he didn't get the ball out of his hands in the shadow of his own goalpost. And really, I just don't see Mission Prep, even though they're leaving the offense on the field, having a lot of options here. And actually, no, they're going to be bringing a special team unit on. I hope the punter. They've got a lot of faith in the leg of Jack Susank to do a field goal from here as Susank lined up all the way back in his own territory.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. One more quarter to go, 12 minutes of action. It's a 16-7 ball game here at Santa Maria High School. Saints lead the Royals 16-7. You're listening to Mission Prep Football, watching on YouTube, listening on Spreaker. Thank you. This is a night you need a toque. Something to keep your head warm if you're Canadian. 12 minutes to go.
As us Americans call them, beanies.
Yes.
Or flat caps or, skull caps.
But it is 16-7 here in Santa Maria, and it is getting colder. My hands have officially frozen over, even though it is not freezing temperatures. 12 minutes of action.
Arguably, that makes it more impressive.
Mission Prep facing a 4th and 16. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line of Santa Maria. They need to get to the 33. And this is a punt by Jack Susank. It falls within the 15, bounces. And are they going to get lucky? Making the awareness play at the goal line. Do they do it? Does Caleb
They signal for they signal for the touchback.
I'm rooting for them. Always on the side of Mission Prep.
Why you hustle to the whistle, right? That's a real close situation. Almost stopped it on the 1, but just inches away was Keha.
Keha's making that, could have made that play. Imagine he's going to be doing bear crawls at practice this week.
Vital possession for the Royals here. They're going to need to stop.
11:49, 11 seconds ticked off the clock here in the 4th and final quarter. And dragged to the ground is Samuel Herrera.
Kyle Hawk, the freshman. We talked about how many freshmen are getting playing time for the Royals right now. And underclassmen in general, Kyle Hawk showing off his size there, completely engulfing the running back and taking him to the ground.
Clock running, Santa Maria taking their time, playing the possession. Pass to his right side, complete for Alamari as Jose Gonzalez makes the reception. Spins his way out just short of the 30-yard line. Picks up 8 on the pass.
Yeah, 3rd and short. This has been a situation that the Saints have been very effective in so far this game. I think we could see a quick screen here or even just the good old-fashioned handoff to Herrera between the tackles. That's been very effective for them so far.
3rd and 2. Gonzalez with the pass once again. Nice big stiff arm. And that gives him enough for the first down. Holy smokes. That got the home crowd excited.
Yeah, Jose Gonzalez using every inch of his body, every pound of his weight in that stiff arm, showing off the bicep he used it with. What a powerful move by the big-time wide receiver on the corner there for the Saints. I mean, he deserves a little bit of braggadociety.
Samuel Herrera keeping it this time. He gains 3 yards. And Jose Herrera has that 23-yard touchdown reception. 3 catches tonight, 37 yards total.
Well, we talked about how vital this is for the Royals, and when you give up a 3rd down like they just did a couple plays ago, suddenly, you know, it's a bit of a backbreaker. They got to get focused. They got to make sure that this next play is theirs. They force the 3rd and long here. Suddenly things don't look so grim.
2nd and, bad snap by Santa Maria. Alamari falls on it at the 15-yard line. And that brings up that 3rd and long you were just speaking about.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't by Mission Prep's hands, but they're going to take it. Good heads-up play by the lineman, getting to the backfield, not letting Alamari pick that up and say just throw it out of bounds. You know, do anything other than fall on it. Mission Prep following through on the Saints' mistake. You love to see that.
From the 36 to the 15, a huge drop, 21 yards.
You know, but you talk about the difference in the mistakes. That was just a loss of yardage. When they've had problems with the snap, they've turned it over.
Alamari, deep pass on the right sideline. And Nick Martinez making the one-handed grab on the near sideline. And that's enough for a first down. Santa Maria Saints sideline and crowd erupts.
What a play by Nick Martinez. You're starting to see why this guy is the one to talk about on the Saints. One-handed catch in stride, well away from him. He could have taken a PI there and they wouldn't call it because that should have been uncatchable. What a play by the Saint.
Martinez with a 32-yard grab on that one-handed touch. Santa Maria making it look easy here in the 4th quarter, 8:50 on the clock. One more score would kind of put the nail in the coffin. And this pile ends up with a short gain for Sammy Herrera, 2 yards.
You know, Santa Maria, historically speaking, has very much been a power run school. We talked to Chris Dutra over at Allen Hancock College about what they ran while they were here. Even though this is taking on a different look, even though this is a big spread offense, you got 2 tight ends that split out wide, a bunch of wide receivers, they're getting this done by running between the tackles. Herrera is very much in a long line of Saints that have gotten it done that way.
And flags come out once again at 8-11. And illegal motion by Santa Maria. That's a 5-yard penalty. Brings up 2nd and 13 for Santa Maria. 6 yards from midfield, center stripe. Clock is rolling once again following the penalty. Low snap. Alamari recovers. Pass intended for Martinez. Goes through his hands. Excuse me, Palencia goes through his hands. Who am I kidding? If that was Martinez, his hands would have been all over it.
You know, something that I think I'd absolutely hate if I was in this offense. I used to play offensive line is how long it's taken to get these calls in for the Saints. They're seeing their, you know, motioning out to the wide receivers, doing all of their, you know, fancy hand gestures and all of that. You know, the linemen are just hanging out. They've got pretty much one mode, which is, hey, we're going to go do this run block. Hey, we're going to do this basic pass block. This is just kind of like killer as everyone else gets to have a fun conversation as a lineman. You're just waiting to be told, go left, go right.
Shotgun snap, drop back, looking for a pass. Flag on the play, pass incomplete.
Yeah, close to the hands of George Kardashian there, but ultimately this one's coming back by the referee's hands once again, holding on the offense. And I mean, this has been a highly penalized game. I don't think it's anywhere near a record, but they've really made their voices heard tonight.
And once again, the Saints are facing a 3rd and long, resulting in a 3rd and it's going to be a 23, if not more.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a too high look for the Royals if they stay in this sort of formation. They want to make sure that that seam and that sideline get taken care of, as that's how Nick Martinez was able to get the big gain last time.
3rd and 23 for Santa Maria. Alamari with the deep pass. This one's a pitch out to Sam Herrera. And Sam Herrera dragged to the ground. Not allowed to go very far.
One of the things offensive coordinators watch for those 3rd and longs is where were the safeties the last few times? What are they doing that we could exploit? Here the safeties were in a great position to defend the pass. Nothing was going to get deep behind them. So why don't we try and go underneath? Because if we throw this could get picked off and be a real big momentum shift. So the pitch, maybe not the most exciting play, maybe not the one that's most likely to get you the first down, but the safe option that's going to make sure that this game stays in your hands. That's good game management by the Santa Maria Saints.
That was a 6-yard pickup by Herrera. Bring up 4th and 17. That's a high bounce. Bounces back in favor of Mission Prep. Does not cross the 50 once again. They say it did.
You know, I feel like whoever's making the call, the go, no-go call for these kicks is not up in the press box or not where they can feel this wind. As soon as that ball gets above about 15 feet up, it is just stopping. It's hitting a wall of wind that we can feel. We're stuck in it, but I'm not sure they're aware of exactly where the winds are aloft right now.
Flag against Mission Prep. It's a 5-yard penalty, resulting now push back across the 50 to the 48 of their own. 6:43 remain in this ball game. Mission Prep trails 16-7, down by 9. It is a 2-score game.
I think Schuster's having a conversation with the referees because he's confused about the call. It may have been a running into the kicker situation or something that happened during the kick. He thought he lost possession, but then the referee's re-indicating, no, you got the ball. It's just going to be it's going to be going this way, just not quite as far into the territory as you may have wanted.
The punt was not very deep anyway, so the 5-yard loss I don't really think really affects them. 2 yards from midfield.
I'd rather have the 5 yards if I'm honest with you. You're giving me a choice to take 5 yards.
I agree with you. Take the 5 yards. Deep pass. First pass of the night for Lorera, and it's complete to Jack Susank.
Yeah, it's Caden Elmerick.
Thank you, Caden Elmerick.
This is a running back pass. A little bit of trickery as they've been trying to get the passing game involved, but haven't had the protection for David Lorera yet, and we're going to have a penalty here. Pass interference against the Royals, saying that as a push-off. I think that was
Grant Callahan.
Grant Callahan down the sideline? Yeah, he hasn't had his name called much tonight, and there he had a little bit of a push-off as the ball was in the air, but there's, pushing going each way. Referees decide which one instigated it, and going against Callahan this time.
6:33. Things are starting to get a little pushy on the field as the game still remains tight at a 9-point difference.
Well, we talked a little bit during the pregame about how good Mission Prep's been in this rivalry. It is 2010 the last time they lost a game to the Saints. I mean, you have to take that with a grain of salt. They haven't played each other each year, haven't even played the exact same sport for that whole time. Mission Prep, easily forgotten, was independent for a long time, so they weren't playing league opponents very often. It's just been recently that Santa Maria has been a regular opponent for the Royals.
15-yard penalty. Now 1st and a mile for Mission Prep. Officially 1st and 25. Ball spotted at the 33. Trying to find some room, David Andrade. Andrade wrapped up at the 36-yard line.
Pass number 10, David.
Yeah, Andrade, not a normal runner there, but finding his way to the outside. That's the play that they've been trying to run all night. Faking it off to the screen or the sweep rather, and then tucking the ball underneath, and picking up the yardage. There, not nearly as much as they were hoping for, but it worked out. Andrade found some open field and got it going. Picked up a little bit.
Give him 5 yards on that pickup.
Normally 5 yards is a pretty big deal for a triple option offense, but when you take 15 against to start your drive and you got to get 25, unfortunately you don't got 5 downs to get all those 5-yard pickups.
2nd and 20 for Mission Prep. Receiver to each side. Herrera steps back, deep pass on the right side. And we have another flag at the 41-yard line of Santa Maria.
Alejandro Castillo, the corner in coverage there, and I think his hands just got a little too adventurous. They were battling the whole way. I actually think it was Mission Prep that initiated the contact, but Castillo turned his hips, and this is going to be pass interference against Mission Prep. Actually probably the right call, but my goodness, is that damaging for this Royals drive.
2nd and 20 is going to turn into, if they count it, looks like they're going to count it. It's going to turn it into a 2nd and 35. Holy smokes.
Well, and 30 of those yards, just pure penalty off of pass interference calls. I mean, I've never seen this much yardage be counted off on offensive pass interference. And this is absolutely damaging to the Royals. Not only are you running an offense that's not going to be airing it out, you don't got your starting quarterback, so you're not going to have the best guy to air it out. Now you having issues. Well, you can't really run it, can't really pass it. What are you going to do here? The Royals far behind the 8 ball right now.
And don't forget it, the 5-yard penalty that kicked things off here when on the punt. So 35 yards of penalties in just over a minute. And the ball's loose. Santa Maria comes up with it. Fumble recovered by the Saints. And Flavio Gonzalez with the recovery.
Yeah, Flavio Gonzalez just picking up on the mistakes. It's been those exchanges. Really, the strength of the Royals hasn't been the cause of the fumbles. They're holding on to the ball well once they have it. It's just transitioning it between players that's proven to be the issue. And it's going to be a timeout for the Royals, and they need to get their stuff back together.
Trying to get things together. 5:16 remain in this game. The Royals trail by 9. They're not having much luck in the 4th quarter tonight. That last drive resulted in 35 yards of penalties, 2 pass interferences, a penalty on the punt return for a total of 35. The fumble resulting in a turnover. Santa Maria's 3rd turnover of the night. Or excuse me, Mission Prep's 3rd turnover of the night, collected by Santa Maria.
Yeah, it's been a very tough night for the Royals. Turnovers abound. Players that, were expected to come in and fill in, not necessarily doing the job that they had hoped. And the result's pretty clear. Even though the defense is holding out, we look at how good the chances have been for the Saints. They've only gotten 16 points. Problem has been on the offense. They haven't been possessing the ball the way that the Royals like to. David Schuster really enjoys having big, long drives, lots of runs, having running backs just bowl over linebackers time and time again for sometimes entire quarters. Not happening tonight.
Herrera with the ball. Banged out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, he's got some swagger in him right now. Just moving along the line of scrimmage, ends up not even at full speed, shedding tackles and getting just the ball moving forward. They were looking to keep this clock moving and go out of the building with a 3-score lead. I mean, Herrera coming back, and I said it's a revenge game, and he's moving around like this has meant the world to him. They get a chance to come out and show what he can do once again against a team that cut his season short last year.
Unofficially, Herrera's passed the century mark tonight, 102 yards. Herrera with it again. trying to get the first down, and that is going to be a 2-yard carry for Herrera.
When you can get 100 yards in your first game back, it gives you a tremendous sense of confidence of what you're capable of. Granted, this season's only going to go, one more week, so not a really good chance to get a ball rolling, but what a great feeling it must be. Work out all season, get a chance to finally make your debut late in the year as far as this season goes. It's only game 4 rather, but still very late considering what's going on, and have a performance like that. Great job by Herrera.
4:30 on the clock, final frame. Week 4 action. Santa Maria looking to put the nail in the coffin as Alamari comes up from center, looks to the sidelines. Timeout, Santa Maria.
Yeah, Den Ellington, the head coach for Santa Maria, was keeping an eye on the back judge, who was counting them down 5-4. He's the one in charge of that clock, so Ellington, knowing that he's not going to get the snap off, called the timeout.
Timeout at 4:17. Santa Maria is looking to put it to bed, make sure the Jello's jiggling in the fridge. The ice is frozen in the freezer. I'm trying to do a chick hern and I just butchered it, so I'm going to stop.
I've watched enough games to know that this isn't anywhere near over. They need to finish this drive, and then maybe you can start talking about, all right, the haze in the barn, what have you. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. They're looking to do that. They're looking
to do that. But there's so many more mistakes that can happen. I tell you what is, in this city not long ago, I say that because I'm an old man, and it was probably in 2009, where Hancock was up 21 points with 2 minutes left against Bakersfield, and the lead melted away. These things happen. Football's a weird sport. It's a weird-shaped ball. They need to finish this out. They can't coast.
Well, don't forget that Santa Maria dropped a game to Napomo this season when Napomo secured it with a game-ending touchdown.
Yeah, so
on an interception.
Everything's in the books right now. I mean, they're going to be taking their snaps under center and kind of running between the tackles, that old-fashioned football that will get the things going. They're not going to take a chance on a shotgun snap again. They're not going to be taking a lot of things. Dan Ellington's been around too long. He wants this too bad. Even though Schuster's only had a couple games against him, Ellington's had a lot of games against the Royals in general. I mean, he's a veteran coach, and he holds a grudge. You may not want me saying that on air, but he remembers each of the losses that he's taken.
3:45. Clock continue to run here at Santa Maria High School. Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, former athletic director of Santa Maria High School. Current athletic director I'd like to give a big thank you to as Santa Maria continues to push forward. It looks like this is going to be the Herrera rundown.
Yeah, Brian Wallace, current athletic director, he's done a great job getting the entire student body involved in athletics. You might be saying, well, I'm looking at this football program and they don't have as many players as X, Y, Z. The cross-country program is the one that's really blossomed under his tutelage. His ability to run this place everywhere has really been affected. All the other sports are rising. Take a look at Santa Maria soccer, probably the best soccer program on the Central Coast. Well, maybe outside of San Luis Obispo, but recently Santa Maria has held the advantage in that one.
Less than 3 minutes to go now. Timeout on the field. Dan Ellington taking his second timeout of the quarter at 2:43. Our scores remain 16-7. Santa Maria leading Mission Prep in Ocean League action.
Well, and right now Ellington's just doing his job, making sure that they don't open that door. We talk about how we've had these big upsets happen in Santa Maria. You know, Hancock, one of the ground zeros for that, as I just said. They all talk around here. All these Santa Maria coaches, they've known each other for a very long time, with the exception of maybe John Beck. He's an out-of-area guy. But even John Beck, you know, I was talking to Coach Schuster. Schuster's already got stories about John Beck to share. So all these guys down here are a real close-knit group and know what can happen when games get out of control and share those tips. So I'm sure Ellington has been in contact with Dutra, who's been in contact with everyone. I mean, Ellington even was a coach at Pioneer Valley, so he's been around the block.
Dan Ellington in his 6th season with Santa Maria. Both coaches with 26 wins under their belt Ellington looking for his 27th tonight. He is 2 minutes and 43 seconds away. Ball spotted at the 5. Hand off to Herrera. Herrera gets slammed and slammed again and taken down for a 3-yard gain.
Well, ball's right on the goal line there. You're looking at about 2:30 left. And honestly, Santa Maria probably just as happy to take the time off right now as it is to get the points, should they be able to pick them up, because they want to make sure that that's getting sealed up. And the Royals unable to necessarily pass the ball as well as they'd like. Colby White had a fantastic showing last week, but currently not available to the Royals. So the question is going to be, what's the discussion happening on the sideline? What's going to happen when Mission gets the ball back? Miracles can happen sometimes.
Pass by excuse me. My brain is shut down. It's so cold. Alamari, incomplete.
Alamari intended for Rodriguez there, as Rodriguez fell to the turf. He thinks he had it, thinks he had his arm under it. May have been right, but the referees saw a little bit of that red turf pop up. This is where having the same color jersey as your end zone can backfire, because if there had been a little bit of green instead of a little bit of red there, it may have helped him out.
4th and 2 for Santa Maria. 2 receivers to the left, and Herrera is stopped at the goal line. He is denied the touchdown. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to put the ball back in the hands of the Royals with a good amount of time to get 2 scores. We know Jack Susan can get those onside kicks if it comes down to it. We saw him do it a lot last season. Right here, they got to score a 99-yard drive, and then you can start talking about the situation that will unfold on that onside kick. The first step, finding some space for your running backs. They haven't been there in the second half. They haven't scored a touchdown since they opened up the scoring early in this game.
David Schuster, the head coach of Mission Prep, and the Royals, 1:47 on the clock to get back in this game, down by 9. Handoff up the middle.
Yeah, just going between the tackles. Get out of the shadow of your own goal line right there. Make sure that you're not going to take the safety and dig the hole deeper. Great job just getting it forward right now. David Luera doing a little bit of wind sprints between Coach Schuster and the huddle to get this play in. That style of play call may come back to bite them right here, as it's not designed for a tempo offense.
6-yard gain by Schusink on that carry.
Yeah, Susink down the sideline there again, but he did not get out of bounds. They're going to say because he was going down under his own power, that even though the spot that he would have been taken down was out of bounds, he's going down under his own power. Run the clock, 1:05 left, and suddenly things got to move a little quicker than they're going right now.
Ball spotted at the 24. It is a 17-yard pickup by Susink on that carry. And pushed out of bounds once again. There are the Royals.
Well, for Santa Maria right now, they've got to be getting excited. They are passing this test in this Ocean League game to keep the door open for that Ocean League title. They have a rivalry game next week. Make no mistake, the Pioneer Valley Santa Maria Saints rivalry, one of the best on the Central Coast right now. Always competitive, always a game that the fans get excited for. Last year, Santa Maria won their first iteration of that rivalry, and they look to go back-to-back for a share of the Ocean League title at very least.
Clock running. Pass over the middle, incomplete.
Of course, that share of the Ocean League title is going to be pending what happens tomorrow night, as the last Ocean League game of the schedule is going to be happening on Saturday, 3 p.m. at Pioneer Valley between Napomo and Pioneer Valley. The results of that could kind of slant things, as it won't be a guaranteed share. If Napomo beats Pioneer Valley, well, Napomo and Santa Maria would end with the same record if Santa Maria wins and Napomo beat Santa Maria.
Shoesank out to the right side. And he gains enough for the first down, taken down at the 35. 7-yard pickup.
Shoesank going around that outside. They've had a lot of success out there. Here late in the fourth quarter, need to see a little bit more of that early. They didn't get the long possessions necessary to have that kind of scoring run. There's going to be a lot of questions for the Royals, but ultimately coming down to lack of personnel.
Herrera looking for the deep pass. Nobody there. And that's going to be an incomplete. Bringing up third down. 11.6 seconds.
Yeah, needed to wait that one more second.
Second down.
Needed to wait that one more second so his wide receiver could get his legs under him. They snapped the ball and immediately tossed it as if it was a quick fade. That looked to be more of the three-step drop fade kind of trajectory and route. Great to see the arm of David Loera, though.
Jack Shoesank looking to gain some speed, trying to get to the 50, and he is dropped down at the 45. He gains 9 yards as the time expires. And our final score from Santa Maria High School, Santa Maria 16, Mission Prep 6.
Ultimately, this is going to be one that is a tough one to swallow for the Royals. The Royals just hit by spring break. How often does the football team need to worry about vacations happening during spring break? Missing players once again. Last week it was the Kairos for the Kairos retreat. This week just spring break vacations that were, going on while football was being played out of nowhere. So tough one for them to swallow. But for the Saints, what an explosion of talent we saw here. Nick Martinez looked fantastic. Sam Herrera coming back, having his first game as a Royal this season. Over 100 yards rushing. Really just a statement game on his part. Really proud of what I saw from these Santa Maria Saints.
Well, these two teams have common opponents coming into this. Something we didn't talk about pregame, Atascadero and Napomo. And they both, Napomo beat Santa Maria. Mission Prep beat Napomo. Santa Maria beat Mission Prep. Nice little triangle there.
Yeah.
Everybody's beat everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, except for Pioneer Valley, who remains undefeated. And somebody that, everybody's beat it so far has been Morro Bay, where we're going to be next week. We're going to have one of the most picturesque stadiums that you don't get a look at the picture, as the press box is facing the field, not the ocean behind you. So it's going to be a fun one out there at Morro Bay.
And coming up, like I said, Morro Bay next Friday for Mission Prep football. That will conclude Prep Sports Network broadcast of the football season. But coming up just next Thursday is the tip-off of basketball for Mission Prep as Coach Terrence Harris and the Royals gear up for their season opener Thursday night. I will be broadcasting that one live streaming right here on YouTube and Spreaker with Prep Sports Network. Friday's game will be streamed on Spreaker for the basketball, as football will get the TV calls. So we're having to make our first business executive decision: who gets TV rights.
Well, I'd hope I go with football because I stay with football. The cameras are mine. So being quite blunt, I want to make sure they're staying where I'm going. I want to see when they break,
No, they will be with us next Friday night. I think we can agree, without even asking you who your player of the game is, I think it's safe to say it's Samuel Herrera.
Yeah, for the Saints, Sam Herrera, he came in, he controlled the ball. He ran the type of offense that Mission Prep likes running. It's not so fun to have it run against you. For the Royals, Jack Shoesank, he had a week off kind of last week, and this week comes back in. He's a completely dynamic player that is able to take control of the game early, but couldn't keep that control for the entirety of the 48 minutes that you need to win a football game here. So we'll see what they're able to bring to the table next week when they're going to be back to a full complement of players minus a couple injuries. And, it's going to be against Morro Bay, a team that historically Mission Prep's done pretty well against.
Mission Prep, we'll be back next week. We'll be back with you next Friday night. Our final score here from Dave Boyd Field at Ralph Baldiviez Stadium, Santa Maria High School. 16-7. Santa Maria Saints improving to 3-1 as the Mission Prep Royals fall to 2-2 in Ocean League action. For our executive producer, Chris Sylvester, I am Brian Stanley. I'd like to thank my partner, Stephen Hodges, our cameraman, Thomas Bowden, head coach David Schuster for all the access he gives us each and every week. We will be back next Thursday night with basketball right here on YouTube and Spreaker. Follow Prep Sports Network on Twitter, The Prep SN. You can follow Stephen Hodges at Slowpoke Sports, Brian Stanley on Sports, PrepSportsNet.com is our website. Thank you for